Good morning, everybody. This is an Italian electric Bialetti, which is a slightly terrifying thing. I don't normally make my coffee like this. You put water in here, coffee in the chamber between, plug it in, and the water boils, the steam goes up the spout and makes you lovely coffee. Here is my lovely coffee. I thought this was of interest because we found yet another plug standard. This one is sort of ordinary 2-pin that goes in there. It's quite clever. It kicks it out automatically when it's done. Right, there must be a little spring mechanism. But this thing, this is an abomination unto my eyes. I have no idea. It's like a European plug, but the earth, I presume it's the earth, is in the middle. It's just... Will there be any more of this as we go, do you think?
Wait till we get to Albania.
Oh, God.
Next stop, Prosecco.
Seriously?
Yeah. Prossima fermata, Prosecco.
Is this what they make it? Well, maybe that's just a word that everyone uses. Oh well.
We are in Prosecco.
Prosecco. Cheers.
Cheers.
So Claire and I have come to the Grotta Giganta, which is a cave system just up the road from Trieste, and we are waiting for our tour because you're not allowed to go in there without a tour guide. Now, Grotta Giganta was the biggest cave system in the world until 2010, when they discovered, they opened a cave system in France, in the south of France. But this cave is enormous. It's like 200, what does it say here? It's 167 metres long, 76 metres wide and 98 metres high. It's absolutely enormous, this cave system. And obviously it's got a huge history. Just over here, behind me, that is actually the skeleton of a cave bear. For any Gene Moral fans, that is a real flipping cave bear. It is huge, it is absolutely huge. There's a picture over here of, where is it? It's just on the left here. This is, you can see the little skull up here is a polar bear, and that is the skull of a cave bear. You do not want to mess with a cave bear.
So most cave bears, although they look ferocious and big pointy teeth, they were actually herbivores, and they ate berries and moss and stuff like that because there wasn't an awful lot of animals to eat in a cave. They're not actually as fearsome as they look.
So one of the things in this cave that I really, really wanted to see is they've got these incredibly long pendulums, because it's a huge, great big cave. They've got these pendulums, and they're not swinging pendulums. They're little, they're wires suspended in thin tubes going from the ceiling, like 100 and whatever metres up down to the floor. And they've got these systems, these double wired systems in them, so that if the cave moves at all, they can pick up the tiny, tiny movements of the cave. It's amplified apparently 40,000 times by this system, and with laser beams they can measure how the cave moves, and that's helps the seismologists understand all the movements of the local area, because there was an earthquake here in, what was it, 76, that killed 1,000 people. So it's actually really very, very practical science. So when we go into the cave, we'll be able to see what this looks like. So yeah, let's go into the caves and see what they look like. This shit's all over Wookie Hole.
They look like the tops of giant skulls or stormtrooper helmets.
This is like something out of an H.R. Geiger nightmare. It's incredible. I'm worried that there's like an alien egg that's going to hatch out at some point. There's got to be eggs. I mean, look at it. It is utterly... I have never been anywhere quite like this in my entire life. You can see there, just behind me, that's the pendulum experiment, and it's tethered down there at the bottom. And everywhere you can hear little drops of water. It's just It's stunning.
I kind of feel like you have to whisper down here.
Yeah, you totally got to whisper. I mean, it is. It's like a giant natural church. Oh, of course it was, because this is where they came to worship Mithras. There's 500 steps to get back up and get out of here.
Feel me hyperventilating for like 2 minutes.
Well, what happens if somebody craps out and then you need to get them out of the cave? That's a cave rescue job.
This instrument is present in the cave since 1959 and this is the largest in the world and have an amplification of the measure 40,000 times. At the bottom in the largest build in the left there are the instruments of the OGS center. These are before between 1963 and 1996 the seismograph and after the seismometer. Both these instruments are used to record in the air. The data recorded here directly by optical fiber cable are under the computer's OGS center. Present in the square before the entrance is a giant cave where are analyzed and studied. From here we start to go up. This largest stalagmite is called the Ruggiero column. This is the largest stalagmite of the cave, 12 meters side, 4 meters diameter at the bottom and 200,000 years old. Con the Ruggiero column avanti della storia vi racconto ancora un'ultima cosa e poi si inizia appunto la vera spiritualità. Vi ricordo di non toccare le protezioni perché il grasso della pelle delle mani impedisce la deposizione della calcite e di conseguenza anche la crescita della stalagmite. Please don't take picture the compression.
Apparently this is the largest stalagmite in the whole cave. It's 200,000 years old. Wow. So now all we've got to do is walk out of here, and it's actually quite a long way. This is kind of the equivalent of walking out of one of London's really deep level tube stations. It's a lot of steps. The great thing is you get one last view of the cave on your way out. So this is the way that we came into the cave, and I honestly thought we were going to meet dwarves or something. It's like going into the hall under the mountain. It's astonishing. You've never seen anything like this in your entire life. How are you doing, Claire?
I haven't quite reached hyperventilating stage. Right. Slightly out of breath.
Slightly out of breath. That's okay.
Looking for orcs.
I haven't seen any orcs yet.
I haven't seen the orcs.
I'll tell you what, if I do see an orc, I am fucking running.
There's the drum.
Tonight, mates, we're dying on man flesh. That's really quite a big walk to get up there.
Are we nearly there yet?
Are we nearly there yet? Do you know, it's the best €12 that I've spent
To be fair, you're
in
right.
flipping ages. Right. So now we're in that, like, this long, great big hallway thing carved. I think this has actually been mined out. There's no way that this is actually part of it, but we're ascending to the surface a little bit more gradually, which is a good thing, because I don't know about you, Claire, but I'm absolutely done for. A lot of steps.
Absolute sweat.
Yeah.
I've looked at the cave sweat.
A cave sweat.
Yes.
So is that different from the meat sweat?
Totally. It's healthier.
Lovely. So this is the gantry right at the top of the cave that contains the pendulums. Penduli? I don't know. I'm going to say pendulums. If you look inside, you can actually see them, and they don't move unless there's seismic movement taking place. So it's moving the top of the cave relative to the bottom of the cave, and then that motion of these cables is amplified by this enormous amount, by the height that they are off the ground and the mechanism at the bottom. That is pretty cool.
My Garmin watch counts how many. Well, they measure it in flights of stairs or stories. I'm supposed to hit 10 a day. We've done 34.
That has got to be said. Was incredible.
Awesome.
That was awesome. 12, yeah. Oh, I'm going to give that 5 Daxes, 5 Daxons out of possible 5 Daxons. Unbelievable.
So we are now sitting in the bistro, recovering from our cave adventure. Got a lovely latte on the go and a really nice bicky. We did the entire adventure in our motorcycle boots.
Oh yes, TCS both,
which are finally dry. And yeah, it was great. If you need something to do on a rainy day in Trieste, then this is the best €12 you're going to spend. Loved it.